Hi guys, and welcome back to Birmingham Fan TV. This is the Bristol City match reaction video. Obviously, you guys know by now that these videos will be done on a Sunday morning. Obviously, it gives us a little bit more time to digest the game, a little bit more time to think about it and analyse it, and obviously get a little bit more of an in-depth view after the game, obviously, than rushing it out straight after the game. We think you might appreciate it. If it doesn't work out, we'll go back to the old one, but don't forget to subscribe before we get into the video. Don't forget to like the video, guys. And don't forget to comment your thoughts on the game down below. Anything that could change differently, anything that we did really well, anything you want to see taken into next week's game against Nottingham Forest. But we will crack on. Blues obviously went into the game, obviously with, I think it was 2 starting debutants, I believe. I might be wrong on that one, but I believe it was 2 starting debutants and obviously a few on the bench as well. So what was the lineup to start with then?
To start up with, we had Camp in goal, Collan, Dean, Roberts and Pedersen on the back 4. Then we had Gary Gardner, Sunjic, Davis and Villalba. Crowley playing in that number 10 role, and then Duke up top. So the 2 starting debutants were Sunjic and Villalba. That is how you pronounce it, because the double L is a Y sound in Spanish, if anyone wants to know. But yeah, I think first half, very not what I expected. Something completely different to what I expected, actually. I was expecting us to be backs against the wall, Bristol City coming at us, attacking us completely. If anything, we were more assertive on the ball than they were. Yeah,
I mean, first of all, I was surprised that he went with the 4 at the back. Obviously, he talks and he's used this 5 at the back system all summer. I like the idea of it. I like where it could go. It offers a lot of flexibility, but I think that he knew that without Seddon, I think Seddon had 1 or 2 issues, and this is exactly what I've been saying all summer, and I got slammed for it on Twitter, and I've been slammed for it everywhere else, and I said, we need a left wing back, and everybody said, no, we don't need a left wing back, we don't need a left wing back, stop saying we need a left wing back. We needed a left wing back, because if we'd have had a left wing back, I can assure you we'd have gone with 5 at the back yesterday. And this is not like who's right, who's wrong, but what I'm saying is Cater's got a recurring injury, clearly. If we had Cater and Seddon and they were both fit, I wouldn't have kicked up a fuss about left wing back. But Cater's got a recurring injury, and Seddon's very young still, so he can't. It's not that he can't be your first choice left wing back, but he can't be your only left wing back.
I disagree with you completely, actually. I think the way that they lined up against Bristol City was exactly how they should have, to, in a way, play Bristol City at their own game. We were a lot more attacking. Our defence was solid in that back 4. I think if you're saying, why not, we need a left wing back, yes, okay, I think we do if we're going to play that form permanently. But temporarily, Pedersen could have played there. I know you don't like him there, but I think he could have played there, and then Wes Harding would come in the back 3. I think Pep purposefully chose this 4 at the back system because we were all confused by it.
I don't think we can play the 5 at the back with Pedersen on the left wing back, because I think he offers us way more solidity in the centre of the back 3, or the left hand side of the back 3. And 2, we tried him at left wing back against Brighton, and he was terrible. He's not a left wing back, and left wing backs, if anything, and this is how indifferent left wing backs are to left backs. Villalba suits a left wing back more than Pedersen, and that's a scary thought, because Villalba's got no defensive qualities. Evidently, he's got a lot of hard work.
Obviously, we disagree.
Obviously, and what I'm saying is, it is his long-term plan to play 3 at the back. It is.
Yeah.
So it's okay, and the system completely worked yesterday.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
It was brilliant, and he's again, Pep shows his tactical knowledge to change and be flexible. Yesterday, to start the game anyway, was excellent. So yeah, fine, and we went with a good system, very balanced, very well, organised. And yeah, we were the better team first half, 100%. I think there's things we can improve on, but ultimately, I thought we looked sharp. We created numerous opportunities. Especially down the left-hand side.
Yes, that was our strongest side.
There was this link-up of a trio with David Davis in the middle of the left centre midfield, Villalba on the left, and Crowley drifting over in the cam. Those 3 created good little pockets, triangles, Pedersen on the overlap around the left-hand side.
Absolute lovely, fancy footwork we saw yesterday that I really enjoyed. I love our passing game now. There's a lot less hoofing the ball up the field. It's more controlled. You've got to be really careful when you're playing it out from the back, but I think we've been playing it really well.
Once or twice we almost got caught out. But what Pep's trying to do is trying to encourage this bravery on the ball, and I like that. And it worked really well yesterday. Yes, okay, we run our luck, but it will only get better. The more confident, the more the players learn the system, we'll get better at it.
Absolutely. I think things went a little bit wrong when we took Crowley off. Going into the second half now.
Yeah, I mean, the second half, Bristol City made 1 or 2 changes. They had to make a forced substitution. They changed their right back. I think it was Pereira for Jack Hunt. But then they tried to change the system. They brought Zizou on. They brought Eliasson on. We scored the goal, and it was another typical Blues goal. We can do all this passing work, but obviously a ball to the back post and Jukovic is obviously a given in nowadays. And he did really well, and it was nothing more than we deserved. I think we'd had 10 shots to their 7 all game. So on the balance of play, it wasn't another Brentford performance. It wasn't a snatch and grab. We deserved the lead. And all right, Bristol came and played a very good game themselves, who are a very good team and will be up there. But, we imposed ourselves. Not as much as I personally would like. I think that to be the best at this system, we need to step another 10 yards up. We need to play a slightly higher line, a little bit more compact, and press the teams in, press them into their own half. We will get better at it. We certainly will.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that. There's not many things I do agree with you on these days.
She never does.
But that is one thing. I was speaking to your dad, Wes, who was on our match preview, and he was saying the way he sees it is that Pep is working backwards up. So in effect, he's trying to really solidify our defence in any system that he plays. Mm-hmm. So whether it's a 4 at the back or a 5 with the wing backs. Mm-hmm. And then he'll work up the pitch. I don't think... for seasons now, you and I have been shouting, what's wrong with our midfield? It's weak. It's our problem. I think now we are slowly making that progression up the pitch. And,
sure.
I would love to have seen Jimenez come on yesterday to play with Duke.
Yeah, but he wanted the 5-4-1 in the end. And obviously we got the goal. And I think we both... I definitely turned to you with this when the substitution was happening. I said he's twisted too early. Yeah, he's gone way too early. He's gone to a 5 at the back way too early. I didn't think Bristol put us under ridiculous amounts of pressure. Don't get me wrong. There's always a goal in them. They're a good team, but I didn't think we needed to play that 5 at the back. It's not Wes's fault. I know he was at fault for the goal, but he learns from that. The 5 at the back system is going to work. Trust me when I say it will work. But to go from a 4 to a 5, the players have to be so switched on with that and know the system inside out. For me, it's still teething. So to go to that, I understand again. But I would have rather gone to a 5 in midfield and pushed Sunjic deeper, so into a number 6 role in front of the back line to screen it, and then play a 4 in midfield in front of him. I think it'd have been a lot more solid. And I'm trying to think who he took off.
He took Crowley off for Harding, and then after that, he took off Villalba for Medina. And that's why I said at the beginning of this video, I think that the 4 at the back works so much better against Bristol City. Bringing that on, we are not completely there yet with that 5 at the back, and there was a reason why Colin was put out on that left-hand side. Yes, Pedersen's not ready for that, but Harding is better suited, so that's why. But I'm not sure we're ready for that system yet. I
think we lack natural width on the left-hand side, especially without Seddon, but Keita would be much more suited to a left wing-back role. He's very quick, he's very attacking, he's very good on the ball. No disrespect to Seddon, but he's slightly better. His defensive side of his game is not as good as Seddon's. Seddon is way better.
We're going to keep going round and round in circles about this left wing back thing here.
I think it's our biggest, other than having another striker, which yes, we agree we could have done with, but a left wing back also was a priority. But don't get me wrong, even if we'd have gone to a 4-4-2, stayed with 4 at the back, stayed with a 4 in midfield, but just swapped Crowley and put Jimenez up top and just say the back 4 and the midfield 4 stay deep. You defend and get the ball up to those two and they'll do the work. Get Jimenez into the channels. I'm sure he could have ran them. That might have worked. That might have been my sort of shout.
Yeah, that would have been mine.
But, look, let's not argue on it too much. The goal, disappointing, but you can't shout at anyone for that. It's something we have to work on.
It was disappointing at the time But looking back on it, what did I say in our match preview? I thought they were going to be completely all over us, so I was pleased to come away with a point. I thought the way we played was absolutely fantastic and not what I expected at all. So, I'll take a point. That is what we'll have to work on, but it's gone now. I'm not even gonna consider it, because where's Harding? That you have to make mistakes to learn from them. So he will now know not to do that again.
And a lot of the best teams in this league, supposedly, only drew yesterday. Leeds drew at home to Forest. West Brom drew at home to Millwall. All of these teams expected to go up didn't win yesterday. So we just got to be patient. Things will work out eventually. I'd like to see us get a lot of attacking flair on the pitch at some times. Odin Bailey, Bellingham, this on with Villalba, Sunjic, Crowley, Jimenez. Get them all on. There's no point in being scared.
I'd like to see that in a game sort of like Wigan though. Where it's almost
team.
like we don't have to try as hard as against Bristol City, but no offence there. But
I think the biggest test will come when we play Barnsley in a few weeks.
Oh, definitely.
In 2 weeks' time, we play Barnsley at home, and that's the kind of game that the board and Blues as a club have feared, because we're never good enough. We never go and take the game to those teams, and we always get unstuck and we get beaten, and everybody says typical Blues. That's the kind of game that they're trying to now win and to be dominant in. So we'll see. I think that'll be the biggest test. Forest away is going to be a difficult one, but we'll get into that one in the match preview. So ultimately, player ratings for that one.
All right, well, my man of the match, I've gone with joint between David Davis and Mark Roberts.
Okay.
Mainly because I think Mark Roberts has been our best player so far this season, and David Davis was on fire yesterday. David Davis or Xavi, you said.
Wow, nice little
so
giggle for a comparison, but no, he was fantastic yesterday.
So I'm going to go with Camp 9, Collan 7, Dean 7, Roberts 8.5, Pedersen 7, Villalba 8.5, Davis 8.5, Sunjic 7.5, Gardner 7, Crowley 7.5, and Duke 8.5. And the reason why I've done Villalba and Duke 8.5 is because they were on fire, but they didn't do as much for me as Roberts and Davis did.
No, I give man of the match to Camp again. I think what Blues have to look back on and see is that twice Benikofobi got him behind, twice he was one-on-one, and twice he made 2 fantastic saves, Camp, one-on-one. And he saved us last week. He pretty much saved us this week at times. That's what a good goalkeeper does. They win you points. So I think Campy, but Roberts has had so much stick over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And I've said to you, I think, obviously, since he came in, I've said to you, this kid's a very, very good defender. It hurts me to see him getting so much slander. And don't get me wrong, at times he slipped up. At times he was suspect. But I think you've got to give him time and confidence. This kid is going to be a monster for us at the back. And I think we saw it at times under Monk. We did. He scored goals for us at times. He came on, played really well. And he'd be, obviously Camp gets man of the match, but Roberts and Davis, like we say, are a close second for me. Villalba was fantastic yesterday. What an exciting player he is. Crowley as well is a fantastic player. Both so elegant and agile on the ball. Great eye for a pass. Interesting to see Jimenez come on and do his bit as well. And I think Jake Clark-Salter as well,
Clark-Salter.
JCS, Clark-Salter, isn't it? He will get better as the season goes on. He's going to struggle to break in with the way the back three are playing at the minute. But when he does, I think he is a decent player. We need to give him time and, again, confidence.
So we're going with Camp as man of the match then?
I'm going with Camp as man of the match with a close second of Davis and Roberts.
I did rate Camp the highest, but I gave my man of the match to Roberts and Davis. So
that's fair enough.
I don't know. I just think that Camp is just so reliable that last week he was probably one of the best players on the pitch again for me, that I just think I've got to give it to someone else.
It's difficult, but if he's earning it, he's earning it. But ultimately, I think we're happy with the result yesterday. It should have been 3, because we only let them have that one opportunity in the last 20 minutes, and it's disappointing. But we don't slam Wes for it. He's been excellent since he's come in.
He's a great player,
and he's a good player, and he's a good lad, and he'll work on that. And the system has teething problems, but we'll get there in the end.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think that just about wraps it up, doesn't it,
so.
For this match preview, guys. I hope you enjoyed the game yesterday. We certainly did. It's looking like a new look Blues at the minute, and they are exciting, yeah, and they really are. I think 1 or 2 additions in January as well, with a striker that can obviously help Duke up there with play, and a left wing back, I think, personally for me, still. No, I've got to say it though. And then or even maybe another central midfielder that can play where Gardner's playing at the minute. Just personally, I'm thinking for myself, we could be really exciting. We could. I think a lot of people now are saying, well, what could happen if it all clicks? I'm not going to start to speculate. I just want a nice, solid season and play some good attacking football. But,
There are some things I disagree with you in that statement, but guys, that's something that I want you to converse with me down below. Let us know what you think about yesterday. Let us know what you think about what we both say. Who do you agree with more? What else do you think that we haven't mentioned today? Let us know everything in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Trying to get a lot more hotter on no, not that word. Trying to get a lot better at Instagram, aren't we? So yeah, James, do you want to round this up for us this week?
No, you carry on.
Okay. Right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, this week we'll be having our podcast come out again. Everyone's been on holiday. You know how it is. So we're going to be getting that back on track this week. Then we've also got a Forest preview and
Forest review after the game.
Well, yeah, but
we've got it. We hopefully have an announcement coming up in the week. Like we've said, people have been on holiday, so even at the company that I'm trying to deal with, they're on holiday, but they're fantastic folk, and you'll know exactly who they are when we say so.
Look, it's very exciting. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Keep right on, guys.